Our customer first came to us with the challenge of how do we wrap an enterprise information management strategy around this unstructured data. So what we had to do, it was a significant challenge for us because our traditional mindset has been to sit down, plan out all the metadata, look at the business process, and then actually create a solution to fit the customer's need. And in this scenario, we were actually challenged on a number of fronts. And firstly, the first challenge that we came across was around being able to not sit down and define the problem space. What we were basically challenged with was, we don't know who's going to attend one of these activities in the field. We don't know what they're going to be doing. We have a rough idea, but please wrap enterprise integration management around this and make it happen. So our solution to this challenge was to create MSAM, which allowed us to define a number of key elements of business importance that could then be auto-tagged across the solution. And it also gave us the engine, so to speak, for creating a templating engine which allowed us to streamline these business activities and make them repeatable. So it was enabling us to take this unstructured data and weaving some structure around it to provide an end-to-end records management solution for the customer, and it gave us the transparency to allow people to collaborate on their content in the field whenever they needed to without having to think about the records management ramifications.
When looking at innovation, where we really focused on things was not just on the provisioning side of SharePoint, but then also the management thereafter. Again, because of the environments that we were trying to address of dispersed SharePoint farms in very challenging geographical locations, we needed the ability not just to be able to stand up SharePoint sites and SharePoint lists, libraries, etc., but then also to be able to manage them and adapt and change them as required. So the structured activity manager is not just a provisioning engine, it's also a management engine whereby you can push out changes very quickly and easily to your SharePoint environment across multiple SharePoint farms spread around the world.
MSAM allows the department to streamline their regular business processes. So what we've provided them with is the capability to rapidly stand up and deploy these business activity based templates that can then support the activities in the field. Well, in these situations, the focus shouldn't be on tech. We need to have the first responders focusing on their jobs. They need to get into the field as quickly as possible, be able to hit the ground running, know what it is they're there to do, who are the key points of contacts, what are the repeatable business processes that they're going to be doing on the ground, and not having to worry about how they're going to do it. They need to be able to pick up tablets and PCs and whatever assets they need to take into the field to do their job. And our product allows them to focus foremost on their job in the field, and we're collecting as much information as possible while they're doing their job. So when it comes to the end of the exercise, we know who did what, when and where, and the records management just seamlessly flows from that.
There were three main things that we used in developing the MSAM, the templating engine. First one was the use of XML and XML files to actually define the template set. Second thing was using C# and .NET and doing calls then to SharePoint and the SharePoint object model to then actually go do the physical creation of things like lists, libraries, etc. By using that object model, by using C#, by using XML, it then gave us a complete solution to be able to rapidly stand up environments for defense. Although defense operates in a secure environment or a typical on-premise type environment, there are moves within defense to start looking at things like Azure, looking at things like Office 365. By using the Structured Activity Manager, what we've given them is the ability to first of all start doing that enterprise information management on-premise, but then once they make that transition across to Azure or to Office 365, through the Activity Manager, they've already defined all of those structures which can then be seamlessly translated into something like Azure or into 365.
Through the development of MSAM, one of the things we've realised is many businesses have these repeatable business activities that they need to carry out, whether it's in the office or in the field. MSAM has now created the capability for us to templatise and streamline any of these business processes and deploy them quickly and efficiently into the field.